back to Fluent Vibes, where we dive into everything you need to know about mastering English. And today's topic is a game changer: how to express yourself like a native speaker. Isn't this the dream? To not just communicate, but to sound natural, confident, and effortlessly fluent? Imagine the power of speaking so well that people might mistake you for a native speaker. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? Well, today, we're unpacking exactly how to get there. Let's dive right in. Hack step one: tune into the music of the language. Language isn't just about words, it's about rhythm, tone, and melody. Yes, melody. Every language has its own unique music, and English is no exception. Have you ever noticed how native speakers emphasize certain words while others almost fade into the background? That's because English is a stress-timed language, where the rhythm relies heavily on which words carry stress. For example, I'm going to the store later. She said she'll call you back. Do you hear how the important words stand out? This natural flow makes English sound smooth and conversational. If you stressed every word equally, it would sound robotic or overly formal, right? So your mission is to tune your ear to this natural stress pattern. How can you do this? By immersing yourself in spoken English. Listen to podcasts, watch movies, or even mimic your favorite YouTubers. Pay close attention to how they emphasize words, their intonation, and where their voice rises and falls. Practice repeating after them, like you're rehearsing a song. The more you do this, the more natural your speech will sound. And here's a pro tip: don't shy away from exaggerating at first. If you go all in with the rhythm and tone, your brain will internalize it faster. Before you know it, it'll start feeling second nature. Step two: embrace idioms, phrasal verbs, and slang. Let's talk about what really makes native speakers stand out: their love of idioms, phrasal verbs, and slang. These little phrases are like the spice of a language, adding flavor and personality to what you say. But they can also be super confusing at first, can't they? For example, instead of saying, "I'm very tired," a native speaker might say, "I'm wiped out." Or instead of "I don't understand," they might say, "I'm not getting it." These expressions add warmth and personality to the conversation. Let's try a few more. Instead of "I'm very busy," say "I'm swamped." Instead of "he's in trouble," say "he's in hot water." Instead of "relax," say "take it easy." The trick to mastering these isn't to memorize endless lists. That's overwhelming. Instead, focus on the idioms and slang you hear the most in the media or conversations. Practice using just one or two new expressions a day. For example, if you learn "I'm swamped," try using it in 3 different sentences today. And don't worry about making mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. The more you use these expressions, the more naturally they'll come to you. Before you know it, you'll be tossing out idioms like a pro. Step 3: master real-life conversations. Let's be real. Formal language classes are great, but they don't always prepare you for the way people actually speak. Real-life conversations are messy, unpredictable, and full of quirks. And guess what? That's what makes them beautiful. Native speakers don't always speak in perfect sentences. They use fillers like you know, like, and well. They pause, restart sentences, and sometimes don't even finish their thoughts. If you want to sound natural, you need to embrace this casual, imperfect style. For example, formal: "I believe we should consider going to the park later." Uh, I think we should, maybe go to the park later. Do you feel the difference? The second one is more relaxed, more conversational, and let's face it, more how people actually talk. To practice, immerse yourself in real conversations. Join language exchange groups, chat with native speakers, or even talk to yourself in front of a mirror. Focus on letting your speech flow naturally without overthinking every word. Here's another tip: record yourself speaking. Listen back and notice where you can improve your rhythm, intonation, or filler word usage. It might feel weird at first, but it's one of the fastest ways to level up your skills. Step 4: use contractions and abbreviations. Let me tell you a secret. Native speakers rarely say, "I cannot do it." Instead, they say, "I can't do it." Contractions like don't, can't, it's, and your are a huge part of natural speech. Avoiding them can make your English sound stiff or overly formal. For example, formal: "I will not be able to attend the meeting." Natural: "I won't be able to make it." See how the second version flows more easily? It's less formal, more conversational, and exactly how most people would say it. So don't be afraid to embrace contractions and shortened forms. They're not just acceptable, they're essential for sounding like a native speaker. Step 5. Learn the art of small talk. If you want to sound native, you've got to master small talk. Love it or hate it, small talk is a big part of how native speakers connect. It's not about deep conversations, it's about building rapport, filling silence, and showing interest in others. Here are some classic small talk starters. How's it going? Crazy weather we're having, huh? What have you been up to lately? These might seem simple, but they're incredibly effective. The key is to keep it light and casual. Small talk is less about what you say and more about how you say it. Smile, use a friendly tone, and respond with genuine interest. Step 6. Imitate native speakers. Imitation is one of the most powerful tools you have. If you want to sound like a native, watch how natives speak, then mimic them. Pay attention to their gestures, facial expressions, and body language too. Here's a fun exercise. Pick a scene from your favorite English language movie or TV show. Watch it a few times, then try to imitate the characters word for word. Match their tone, rhythm, and even their pauses. It might feel like acting, but it's actually one of the best ways to internalize native-like speech patterns. Step 7. Be patient with yourself. Finally, remember that sounding like a native doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey, not a destination. Every mistake, every awkward pause, and every mispronunciation is a step forward. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it feels. And let me tell you this, you don't have to sound exactly like a native speaker to be fluent or confident. Your unique accent, experiences, and perspective are part of what makes your voice beautiful. The goal isn't to erase who you are, it's to add to it. So what do you think? Are you ready to take these tips and transform your English into something that feels natural, effortless, and uniquely yours? Expressing yourself like a native is about more than just speaking. It's about connecting, sharing, and being fully present in the moment. Thank you so much for tuning into Fluent Vibes. I hope this episode has inspired you to embrace the journey and enjoy every step along the way. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and keep exploring the beauty of language.